Good evening, everyone. I'm Maria Shakil, and it's the time for exit poll. And 6 of 7 exit polls appear to think that the power which had eluded the BJP for 27 long years may well be returning to them. BJP may get the Delhi crown, with just one pollster giving the party half a chance. Matrize has predicted an outer margin of 37 seats for Aam Aadmi Party, 2 more than the halfway mark of 35 in the 70-member assembly. The rest are predicting a change of guard, suggesting that the people of Delhi have shifted their allegiance from the Aam Aadmi Party to the BJP, their favorite for 10 years. Four exit polls predicted between 15 and 35 seats for the party and 38 to 40 plus seats for the BJP. Only one, that is the People's Pulse, has suggested a sweep for the BJP with 51 to 60 seats. And Aggregate predicts 26 of Delhi's 70 seats for Aam Aadmi Party and 43 for the BJP. Most pollsters have kept the Congress in the fringes. The maximum seats predicted for the Congress party, which once upon a time ruled Delhi with Sheila Dikshit, one of the most popular chief ministers that Delhi has seen, is being predicted to somehow manage somewhere between 1 to 3 seats. Health warning, viewers, exit polls often get it wrong. While exit polls do not always get it right, in the last 2 elections in Delhi, they had correctly predicted a victory for the Aam Aadmi Party, though falling short of the massive mandate that the Aam Aadmi Party had received. They even got it right in Punjab, the second state that Aam Aadmi Party had won. The exit polls predictions come on the heels of a loud and clear election campaign by the BJP that kept a tight focus on the corruption allegations against Aam Aadmi Party. But let me repeat this, the health warning which remains here, which is that this is exit poll, and exit polls have got it wrong often, but there is a consensus among pollsters that it is BJP all the way in the national capital. Let me bring in the guests now. Nalin Kohli, national spokesperson of the BJP, joins me. We have Jasmine Shah representing the Aam Aadmi Party. From the studio, we have Sandeep Shastri, director Lokniti. We also have Rashid Kidwai, and Zainab Sikandar, political analyst, is joining us as well. Okay, so in fact, we have Nimi Rastogi of Aam Aadmi Party, not Jasmine Shah. So that's a last-minute change which has been done by the Aam Aadmi Party. But let me begin with the studio guests. Sandeep Shastri, it appears game up for the Aam Aadmi Party. But yes, of course, with all the health warnings, sir.
Navigating between all the ifs and buts.
Yes.
If this were to be how the results emerge, I think the fatigue factor,
yes,
the fact that a party which said we were an alternative to mainstream politics is an alternative within mainstream politics today. And I think also the impact of the Congress party would very much be there in the BJP doing better. I have consistently been maintaining that if the Congress were to go beyond the 5% mark it had last time towards 7, 8, 9, the impact could very much be on the Aam Aadmi Party. So if these polls are close to what the reality would be on Saturday, I think these are the factors. But again, as you said, there are ifs with a capital I and buts with a capital B. And as you said, in many cases, we have gone in the opposite direction to what the exit polls have gone.
But invariably, exit polls have got Delhi right. The last 2 times, they had predicted an Aam Aadmi Party landslide victory.
Yep.
Victory for sure. Landslide, 62-67, that's how it turned out to be. 67 in 2015, 62 last time around.
This time, I think the race is much closer than in any past election. So when you have a tight race and 2 critical players, then you see, the ultimate result may go in the direction strongly of one party, like you saw in Haryana and other places. But then tightness of the race is something you clearly see in Delhi.
Okay, before I bring in Rashid, Nalin Kohli is joining us. Nalin, I'm sure you will be waiting to respond, but what do you think worked? Is it again Prime Minister Modi leading the charge, or do you think that the state unit also got its act together?
I think it's Maria, multiple factors playing out. It's not one factor. I think it's the complete demolishment of the Aam Aadmi Party's so-called moral high ground of politics, India against corruption, the movement of coming out with an alternative. Every candidate will be scrutinized by us. We will not allow any criminal records. We will come with a new brand of politics where no corruption shall happen. I will not take a government house. I will not go with the Congress party. Delhi will be a world-class city. Pollution will be solved. Why is Punjab government not doing anything on pollution? The Punjab government is responsible. So on and so forth. A whole set of things that Mr. Kejriwal, went on from 2013 onwards. He has to finally have a track record. I mean, before an examination, every student throughout the year can turn around and say, I've studied hard, I will get 500 marks, I will do this, I will do that. But finally, the event is the examination in which you have to have the answers to the questions that come. And Delhi is looking for those answers. Okay. Those answers are only excuses. Blame the BJP, blame Prime Minister Modi, blame the RSS, blame everybody under the sun, except look at your own performance. And then, when you have the entire top leadership literally in incarceration, not getting bail easily for a liquor scam. When your priority is to build a house, when you said you won't take a house, something which the media calls the sheesh mahal, you have much to answer. Now that's one model. The other model is the BJP's model. Anybody can say anything they want, but Prime Minister Modi's government has delivered at the center and the BJP governments have delivered in the state. So you have now two models, a model of bluster, a model of blame everybody else and don't perform, and a model that actually performs. And we win elections, lose elections on our performance and our leadership. As simple as that. We take responsibility when we lose an election and work for the next one, and we win. People give us votes because they have faith in us. So therefore, as I see it, it's the complete collapse of the Aam Aadmi Party, whatever be the results that the voters of Delhi have chosen. We believe they have chosen the BJP. The exit polls are pointing to that. I understand an exit poll is subject to the final outcome. Most of the time exit polls are right. However, assuming the exit polls are even against us, the Aam Aadmi Party is way past its prime of getting that kind of mandate that the people of Delhi gave it in 2 successive elections, hoping for a change and hoping for the better.
Yes.
And instead, they've got a Delhi worse off than ever.
Yes, so one thing is becoming clear, and if these numbers actually hold, Rashid, that people of Delhi got completely disenchanted with the Aam Aadmi Party. They were hoping that they would, not constantly be at loggerheads with the center, and they want to send that message that they want development of the national capital, that all those issues that Delhiites face on a daily basis, those challenges have to end.
Well, Maria, not really. I think, the poll surveys are showing, exit polls are showing a bandwagon approach. So there is a trend and others are following. I would expect and wait for some more, credible and professional pollsters and their agencies to come out with numbers before forming my own assessment. If these numbers hold true, then that would mean that the BJP has cracked that, code of winning elections. And I am not alluding to any conspiracy theory. You see, you had, Haryana elections, a kind of, strong Congress in a powerful regional satrap, and the Congress loses. Okay. Then comes Maharashtra, 3 parties come together, a lot of experience, a lot of diversity. Still, you see, it's a one-side thing, and the BJP is able to. And now comes a regional party, a startup, you can say, a party that's in the process of, came with idealism, but, stabilizing as a political party. Mr. Narendra Kohli is saying is a lot of things. Everybody can say the same thing about the BJP also. Look at Delhi. What was that? Wasn't it that the 2 elections, earlier the BJP was itself in its party manifesto was promising full statehood for Delhi. Mr. Arun Jaitley used to talk about the tyranny of the unelected. Now, who is the lieutenant governor in that context? So there are a lot of questions that need to be answered. I think, if these numbers hold true, this does not mean, Maria, that it is end of Aam Aadmi Party unless it means, BJP getting 60 seats.
Okay.
But if there is a 30 plus or around 30 number of seats, then the...
So if it is a number of in the range of 10 to 20, what will it actually mean? But let's bring in Harsh Malhotra. He is Delhi BJP MP from East Delhi, and he's also Minister of State in the Prime Minister Modi's Council of Ministers. Mr. Malhotra, if these numbers actually translate into actual numbers on 8th, it's going to be a completely different story for Delhi and for the BJP, because you have been working very hard for this.
पिछले 1-1.5 महीने से हम लगातार चुनाव की कैंपेन में भी ये बात बोल रहे हैं कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी पूर्ण बहुमत से इस बार दिल्ली की सत्ता में आने वाली है। उसका रीज़न बड़ा स्पष्ट है। दिल्ली की जनता इस बार सत्ता परिवर्तन के लिए वोट किया है, क्योंकि पिछले 10 साल में आप देखेंगे कि आम आदमी पार्टी ने कुछ किया नहीं, और अगर किया होता तो अपने 2-2.5 महीने की कैंपेन में आम आदमी पार्टी के किसी लीडर ने भी विकास की कोई बात नहीं की है। अगर किया है तो करप्शन किया है।
Okay, we'll try and connect with Mr. Malhotra again, but the BJP did run a campaign. Many would say it was negative because it was constantly highlighting the failures of the Aam Aadmi Party. We have Mr. Malhotra back with us. Yes, go ahead, sir.
आम आदमी पार्टी ने केवल और केवल भ्रष्टाचार किया, वो दिल्ली की जनता को समझ में आया है, जिसके कारण से इस बार दिल्ली की जनता ने सत्ता परिवर्तन के लिए वोट किया है। और दूसरी तरफ भारतीय जनता पार्टी की क्रेडिबिलिटी है, जहां भी भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार है वो रिपीट हो रही है। तीसरी बार भी हम हरियाणा में आते हैं, उत्तर प्रदेश में आते हैं, मध्य प्रदेश में आते हैं। इसके पीछे दिल्ली की जनता का, देश की जनता का कॉन्फिडेंस लीडरशिप ऑफ बीजेपी के लिए है, क्योंकि बीजेपी जो कहती है वो करती है, और दिल्ली की जनता त्रस्त थी आम आदमी पार्टी के भ्रष्टाचार से, जिसके कारण से इस बार हमें समझ में आ रहा था कि दिल्ली की जनता सत्ता परिवर्तन के लिए वोट कर रही है। और भारतीय जनता पार्टी क्योंकि क्रेडिबल पार्टी है, जो कहती है वो करती है, हमारे पास प्लान है। हमने ये बात भी दिल्ली की जनता के सामने रखी कि हम दिल्ली का विकास किस तरह कर पाएंगे, और दिल्ली में इस समय वो सरकार चाहिए जो केंद्र सरकार के साथ कदम से कदम मिला करके दिल्ली का विकास कर सके, और दिल्ली को ठगे नहीं, दिल्ली की जनता से झूठ ना बोले, जो कि बीजेपी में ये क्रेडिबिलिटी बन चुकी है कि वो जो कहते हैं वो करते हैं।
जी हर्ष मल्होत्रा जी, मुझे ये जानना है कि ये जो एग्जिट पोल्स प्रिडिक्ट कर रहे हैं जो नंबर, आपको लगता है इसमें से कौन सा पोलस्टर सबसे क्लोज होगा भाजपा के अपने आंकलन से?
मैं ऐसा स्पष्ट मानता हूं कि दिल्ली की जनता ने सत्ता परिवर्तन के लिए वोट किया है। भारतीय जनता पार्टी पूर्ण बहुमत के साथ दिल्ली में अपनी सरकार बनाएगी।
Thank you so much for joining us. We'll be connecting again with you on 8th. Jasmine Shah of the Aam Aadmi Party is joining us. Jasmine Shah, how is the Aam Aadmi Party viewing these poll numbers? I mean, exit poll numbers.
Well, we have always maintained that as far as Aam Aadmi Party in Delhi is concerned, be it 2013, be it 2015 or be it 2020, none of these exit polls got it right. And
No,
the
they
same
did.
we are seeing the trend continuing in
2020,
2025.
they did say that Aam Aadmi Party is
No,
winning.
I'll
Of
tell
course,
you.
with the scale or the
No,
margin
but
of
the
victory was
mandate,
not
I'll tell
imagined.
you. Yeah, so there is a huge difference of saying giving Aam Aadmi Party 40 to 45 seats in 2015, and when it became a tsunami of 67 seats. Same in Punjab, you saw Aam Aadmi Party was given a very slim margin. They said that we will win by 57 seats in Punjab. We got 92 seats. So that is the reality. And I actually congratulate BJP that अगर उनको लगता है एग्जिट पोल में जितना ही सब कुछ है, आप एग्जिट पोल पे जीत जाओ, सरकार आम आदमी पार्टी की बनने वाली है. The people of Delhi have voted for a party that really cares about the progress on issues like health, education, electricity, water. They do not want a party that that knows no law. You know, the kind of election that BJP fought, Delhi has never seen a dirty election as this. You know, openly money, liquor being distributed, Delhi police turning into a wing of goons for the BJP. Delhi voters have rejected BJP. We will see that kind of, and I think we will do a more nuanced discussion on 8 when the trend is very clear that Aam Aadmi Party is forming the government again and with a substantial margin.
Okay, so that's you are rejecting and dismissing these poll numbers. But Zainab, as a political analyst yourself and someone who has been on the ground, what's your assessment?
You know, from the get-go of the Delhi election, I always said this election is going to be 50-50. Now, I have to say one thing. I agree with Nalinji on one thing, that whatever said and done, this has been the weakest election for Aam Aadmi Party.
Yes.
Because you have to realize from the get-go, they started on confrontational politics. Otherwise, usually, you know, when Aam Aadmi Party takes off in their campaign, it's usually about what they're going to do, their governance, the freebies and everything. And if you see, the BJP has, what they have done this time is, whatever the Aam Aadmi Party promised to the people, BJP went +1. So Aam Aadmi Party anyway started on a lesser foot compared to BJP campaigning-wise, okay? Second thing, the image of Kejriwal ji, no matter what we say, has taken a huge hit. He came in as a man who said, I'm in the Wagoner, I will not take security, blah, blah, blah. We all know this. But what has he done? He's gone completely opposite. And for 10 years, you know, people have seen that he's not stood by the image that he said that he will maintain as this true Aam Aadmi who's working for the people. Has he worked for the people? Yes. But has he fulfilled all his promises? No. Which is where I feel the BJP has tried to put in as much impetus in front of people, especially keeping the liquor scam in mind. The liquor scam is a big point on which people really are thinking that is Aam Aadmi Party really that clean as they say that they are? And secondly, the pollution. No matter what they say this time, Delhi's pollution was really a nuisance for Delhiites. You know, be it the rules that were constantly put on the Aam Aadmi, you know, people were grappling in this pollution, and people are thinking, why isn't the government doing anything when they've been seeing this each and every year? So Aam Aadmi Party that way has fought its weakest election.
Yes,
Will
so
this translate to
it
them
is
losing?
essentially holding
We are not very
government,
sure.
Which has been in power for 10 years accountable. If it fails to give its report card, then that will be the kind of results if these exit polls actually come true on 8th. But again, health warning, exit polls have got multiple elections wrong. Rashid.
Yeah, but I think you see what Zainab is saying, putting a lot of focus on environmental issues, on pollution, etc. They have been there, and this is not you know, in the sole domain of the state government. There are a lot of things that center needs to do. There are a lot of things that the state governments of Haryana and Punjab, all this, they have to put together. I look at, you know, Yamuna. I've since my childhood, I've seen Yamuna in Delhi has been polluted. So, you know, you cannot blame Arvind Kejriwal. See, the election, Zainab, is being fought in Delhi on freebies. It's a very cynical way of looking at it. There's a competitive populism. And Maria, you have covered a lot of elections and you've seen elections are fought around that. So where
no, but Bijli and Pani was an issue in this election.
Precisely. It is. It will always be, because you see, this is something to get. So we have to see if a political party, and I am not contesting these numbers, if a political party is holding on to, let's say, average of even, say, 30 assembly seats out of 70, then that party is not, you know, out of contest. It's very much in contention. And what happens on the 8th, we will wait to see. So it's not that it's a, you know, it's a one-horse race.
Okay. We have BJP MP Manoj Tiwari also joining us. Manoj ji, क्या लगता है अगर ये जो एग्जिट पोल्स बोल रहे हैं कि इस तरह का परिणाम आ सकता है, तो आप लोगों की कैसी कोशिश रही है?
नहीं, हमारी कोशिश बहुत अच्छी भी रही, बहुत सकारात्मक रही। हम लोगों ने मोदी गारंटी दिया और इस मोदी गारंटी के तहत लोगों को, ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा लोगों को अपनी बात पहुंचाने की कोशिश की। वो सफल हुए हैं हम, ऐसा लग रहा है हमें। जो भी एग्जिट पोल आ रहा है वो एग्जिट पोल से भी बढ़िया से, और इसमें बहुत बड़ा योगदान आम आदमी पार्टी के जो अकर्मण्यता है, जो आम आदमी पार्टी ने जो तकलीफ दी है दिल्ली को, कोई हमारे ऑनरेबल गेस्ट बोल रहे थे, बहुत बड़ा मुद्दा है। साफ पानी नहीं मिला, साफ हवा नहीं मिली और उसका बहुत बड़ा असर है। और उसमें जो लोगों को एक वेलफेयर स्कीम की लोगों को जरूर एक आकर्षण होता है, तो मोदी जी ने जब से वेलफेयर स्कीम दिया उसका बहुत बड़ा असर ग्राउंड पे देखने को मिला।
तो आप लोगों ने पॉपुलिज्म के ग्राउंड पे चुनाव लड़ा था। अगर आम आदमी पार्टी ने 2100 कहा, आपने उसको 2500 कर दिया, तो आपको भी लगता है रेवड़ी बांटने से ही चुनाव जीता जा सकता है?
नहीं, हम रेवड़ी नहीं बांटते, हम जो कहते हैं वो करते हैं। रेवड़ी उसको कहते हैं जो कहा जाए और ना किया जाए। फ्री हम बीजेपी से ज्यादा लोगों को वेलफेयर स्कीम कौन देता है? मैं समझता हूं
जी,
आम आदमी पार्टी उसका फ्यूचर खत्म हो गया है, ऐसा भी मैं आपको बता दूं, क्योंकि आम आदमी पार्टी ने जिस प्रकार से दिल्ली को नारकीय स्थिति में पहुंचाया है। जब हम लोग जाते हैं ना अपने क्षेत्र में, तो जब हम नाले देखते हैं, आप स्टूडियो में बैठ के सोच नहीं सकते कि दिल्ली के लोगों का नालों का पानी जब गली में बहता है और उसी में बच्चे पैंट उठा उठा के स्कूल जाते हैं, उसका दर्द क्या है वो हम जानते हैं मारिया जी। मतलब मुझे कोई, अब तो चुनाव खत्म हो गया है, फिर भी मैं बताऊं, मैं इस समय द्वारका एक्सप्रेस पे चल रहा हूं। क्या नहीं हो सकता है दिल्ली में, लेकिन जो तकलीफ, बुजुर्गों का पेंशन बंद, गरीबों का 11 साल से राशन कार्ड नहीं बनना, आप 5 लाख का मोदी जी का आयुष्मान योजना हैं, तो फिर मुझे पूरा विश्वास है कि इन कारणों से दिल्ली के लोगों ने आम आदमी पार्टी को रोक दिया है।
चलिए मनोज जी, हमारे साथ जुड़ने के लिए बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया। 8 तारीख को फिर से आपसे संपर्क करेंगे। शुक्रिया। संदीप शास्त्री, कमिंग टू यू, दिस इज एन इलेक्शन फॉर चेंज इज द मैसेज दैट इज कमिंग इन फ्रॉम these exit polls. How much do you think the freebies played a role?
Now, are you going to call it freebies or are you going to call it
Welfareism.
economic safety net?
Absolutely.
I think this is a question of dialogue. This is a question of rhetoric.
Yes.
Because at the end of the day, you take off all the veneer of sophistication
Absolutely.
of language. It's exactly the same thing
Yes.
that everybody is talking about. So I think, Maria, for me, exit poll or otherwise, on 8th, we are going to look at what I would call the credibility quotient. You see, from the voters' perspective, a credibility quotient on the question of freebies, economic safety net, the local issues. Secondly, on the question of leadership. You see, while both sides have not declared a chief minister candidate, I think everybody sees this fight as a leadership fight.
Absolutely.
And thirdly, let's look at this campaign from all sides. It has been an intensively negative campaign. Now, again, credibility quotient, where does the voter see the truth lying?
Okay.
For me, the result on Saturday will be a byproduct of this credibility quotient.
Okay, so it's Arvind Kejriwal's credibility in many ways which is at stake here, because Jasmine Shah, it's an election which is being seen as a battle for survival for the Aam Aadmi Party. You have not fought an election as tough as this one.
Arya, the funny thing about that comment is that every election that Aam Aadmi Party has been fighting is a election for a survival. Let's not forget the election that we fought in 2015 after AAP had been swept out of the Lok Sabha election, was a do or die election. Our obituary of Aam Aadmi Party gets written every year, and every year we showcase to the pundits that why Aam Aadmi Party is the only true hope that the people of India have. Today, there's one party that is talking about transforming public schools, transforming government healthcare system, and which has actually taken the most concrete progress to show towards that direction. It is the Aam Aadmi Party. I have abiding faith in the wisdom of the people of Delhi. People of Delhi have seen that despite all the negativity, despite all the dirty tactics that BJP has tried, and by the way, this is the dirtiest election in Delhi's history. The kind of liquor, the kind of money being distributed openly in front of camera and with police protection. mind you, this has never happened in the history of Delhi. People of Delhi will vote for the person who will deliver a better future for Delhi, who has a vision for Delhi, and not whose only agenda is to stop an elected government and keep putting these CBI and ED cases day in and day out, which by the way has not taken them anywhere because nothing has been proven. And that is what I think will finally determine the fate of these elections.
Okay. With that, we have come to the end of the first part of 8 p.m. We'll be shifting focus to what was a spiritual journey of the Prime Minister at Mahakumbh. I would like to thank all the guests who joined us at this hour for sharing their perspective on the exit polls. Our special broadcast here on NDTV begins at 7 a.m. on 8th. That's when we'll get the real numbers. Remember, pollsters do get the numbers wrong. A quick break and then we return.